Welcome. So over the last few years, we have been transforming our company and have built a strong and clear track record of delivery.
Grow the value of the company by delivering around $35 billion of organic free cash flow.
We are competitively positioned for the future.
You can also expect continued capital discipline.
Sustain this business well into the coming decade.
Differentiated strategy and the strong portfolio.
Full confidence that we can deliver this world-class investment case.
Are we prepared for the unexpected? How do we make sure it doesn't result in something catastrophic?
I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern over the global outbreak of novel coronavirus.
Instruction. You must stay at home.
This was not a situation that any of us created, but it was a situation that would take all of us to resolve.
We had two considerations. One was keeping our workforce safe, but also looking after the local community.
If you believe and you're committed and you work as one, you're only going to be successful.
Hi everyone.
Morning.
Morning. Good morning everyone. Hey, good morning Andy. I'm working from C16 today.
Offered great insights on his health ambition of being a net zero carbon company by 2050.
Demand for oil has just completely collapsed as a result of this pandemic. The oil market has never seen anything like this before. This is a market in a mess.
Today we reached an important milestone. A reshaped Shell is going live.
In the midst of a devastating global pandemic, we've gone through the biggest and deepest and most complex restructuring that we've ever done.
As a leader myself, the fear I have is whatever hope was felt will be dampened by what was seen.
This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school.
When my 9-year-old daughter said, I've been told at school that you are destroying the planet, Papa, how do you deal with that? The world must achieve the goal of the Paris Agreement. We want to be a pace setter. In fact, accelerating the energy transition is at the very heart of our strategy to become a net zero emissions energy business by 2050. A lot of people say, well, now diversity, equity and inclusion has really become important. And the reality, of course, is it always was important. There is no room for discrimination in Shell.
Am I valued enough to get to those senior leadership positions?
Much earlier on in my career, and my colleagues said Asian females are overrated.
I want to be in a company that provides a platform that can use my voice to make a difference.
Quite simply, there are aspects of the court's judgment that are just not feasible or even reasonable.
You wrote that you feel a determination to rise to the challenge. We also expect to appeal.
We have seen a lot of analysts talking about a potential Shell split from the oil and gas business to focus more on the energy transition.
We zetten deze stap en het is een goede beslissing voor het bedrijf. Maar ik voel me net als veel andere medewerkers ook een beetje verdrietig.
Thank you, Ben, for not hiding under a stone and for coming to do that TEDx talk, even though it makes us feel uncomfortable.
It's very hard to find common ground. But to just disengage from a discussion, I don't think that serves society.
We need to continue these type of conversations. The younger generation joining us today, they need to find purpose.
Even during one of the world's greatest health and financial crises in decades, the rate of innovation has not subdued.
Our mission is to help millions of customers we serve to decarbonize.
The fact that we are investing up to £25 billion over the next decade tells you everything.
5 gigawatts of floating wind power, that's enough energy to power 6 million homes.
It feels like much of the world is moving in a positive direction.
The stakes are so high. This is a fight about global freedom, self-determination, democracy, and respect for territorial integrity.
We had to take some decisive steps in Russia, and these were not easy things to implement.
The most important thing at this point in time is to look back on it and say we made a wrong decision here.
Me and my team, we are working around the clock with a priority on people safety. The situation is very, very difficult. We will see some more harsh developments, I'm afraid.
I've seen rapid growth in the increase in demands associated with rising fuel costs.
I just wanted to ask, with inflation and everyday costs for employees rising,
we have to think about energy security. When you're investing for a decade, you need stability.
Powering progress. That's how I think about our role. That's what I believe we do, and we should continue to do.
Powering progress is the way that the jigsaw comes together and actually forms the full picture.
How do we fund it? How do we do it profitably? How do we do it responsibly? All of that makes it really exciting.
While we went through this very difficult 2.5, 3 years or so, we have actually achieved an awful lot.
Yes, we have made mistakes, but at the core, we're a fundamentally good company that's trying to solve one of the world's most important problems.
At a time when I thought you could almost be forgiven for dropping the ball, we've actually improved tremendously, and you have delivered.
Extraordinary performance reflects extraordinary people.
I'm not going to be SU in the coming years. I will be honest with you. We have an unbelievable potential ahead of us.